Hello, YouTube. Luigi here. It is Tuesday evening before Thanksgiving 2015. As I usually do at the end of every year, I present my favorite knives that I acquired the year before, the year that's passing, 2015. This doesn't mean these knives were made in 2015 or released in 2015. It means I acquired them in 2015, and I'm going to present them in the order in which I bought them. Very first knife here surprises me more than anybody. This is a $9 knife. It is a Coast LX311. It is a snappy little knife with great ergos, good grip, excellent jimping, and it's $9. Coast is an American company in Oregon, but of course, they have their stuff made in China. So if you can get over that, I can. It's first on the list because it was the first one I acquired. That made the list. Second one I'm not going to talk a lot about. It's a Rat 1. Everybody talks about a Rat 1. Everybody owns one. What I love in particular about this knife is the way the detent is tuned to a thumb stud opening. Boy, I've with possibly one other exception in this tray, I don't have a thumb stud opener that flicks out that well. This, of course, is the Griptilian. And from this point forward, this Griptilian marks an evolution in my knife buying practices where I show a willingness to spend more to get better. At the time, and I paid $79 for this, this was probably the most expensive knife in the collection at the time. Now you can see I chose the option with the Spidey hole and not the thumb stud. So that committed me to a blade shape. The truth is, as time goes by, I think I prefer, or like just equally as well, the other clip blade shape. And I might end up buying that as well. A free dropper. Boy, these open well. This is just like the Griptilian, or just like the Rat 1 that everybody knows about. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this. This is the Kershaw Leek in a black DLC finish. Everybody knows about this knife. It's new to me in 2015. And now we're really ramping up the purchase. This is the most expensive knife in my collection. I saw this knife and I said I must capture it. It is the ZT-0808. Boy. With S35 VN steel. Oh, I meant to mention the steels on the other one. The Griptilian has 154 cm, and the Rat 1 has OS 8. So I bought this knife for its looks, and so I went from $79 here, which I thought was a lot for me, to being willing to spend $200 on this. So again, the pattern, the progression is I'm willing to spend more for better. This is a knife whose ergos feel in the hand I really like. It's the Maxpedition Excelsa. It has the same type of well-tuned detent that the Rat 1 has. It's got this broad chamfer, beautiful grip. I love this knife. Maxpedition Excelsa. Next one is a Hogue EX01. Boy, I didn't know Hogue made gun grips. I didn't know anything about Hogue. But I like this knife. I like this knife. It's a combination of thumb stud opening with a button lock. Yeah, it's a button lock open or closed. Either way. Next one, Boker Plus. Now we think of Boker Plus as not a great line of knives, but this is their bullpup. Boy, with VG10. It's got linen micarta scales and sandblasted or bead blasted titanium bolsters. I like this knife for its looks, and its snappiness when you open it, and its hand feel. Boker Bullpup. Here's a Ganzo. We're back in China now. Automatic. The Ganzo 7212. Okay. 440C, nothing fancy, but I think it's good looking, and I like it. This is the Kershaw Launch 2. Made in the USA. Automatic. Stonewash blade. Anodized aluminum handle. I like the looks of this. I might get the Launch 3, which is the same as this, but it has a thumb guard down here. And what do we have here? This is a knife made in Finland. The Martini Folding Handy. It's got a mirror polish, which is full of thumbprints, as you can see. I apologize for not taking care of that before we started here. Okay. Now, I bought this knife because I like the looks, but what I have learned since I bought it is that it has no pocket clip, which I knew. But what I learned is that the pocket clip, when you're looking for some resistance to push against as you flick out the thumb stud, the pocket clip usually affords that resistance. This handle is so smooth that there is no resistance that way, and you gotta watch what you're doing. So the pocket clip, which I didn't think would be an issue, turns out to be an issue because I realized it wasn't there for me to push against. So that's it. There's 11 knives out of my collection that I'm labeling my favorites that I acquired in 2015. And these are 11 that I'm calling my favorites. How many knives did I really buy? That's the question. If I were to break this down and say, what is my favorite knife in 2 categories? Category 1 being hand feel, I would say it's the Maxpedition Excelsa. That broad chamfer just melts into your hand. The Maxpedition Excelsa. If I were to say, what is my favorite knife in terms of looks? Boy, I think I would go with the Boker Bullpup. Something about this combination of the linen micarta and the bead-blasted titanium bolsters that I really like. All right, people. Everybody, I want you to draw close to your families this holiday season. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up and then Christmas. Draw close to the people who love you and whom you love. Let them know they're special in your lives. And remember how sacred family really is. God bless you. I love you all. Bye-bye.